Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another BKFC Reddit Ask Me Anything. We're joined by the Knucklemaniac himself, Mr. Cody Vidal. How you doing, sir?
You almost forgot my name, the Knucklemaniac, right? Cody Vidal. I'm doing amazing, man. I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I'm great. Your fight had me on the edge of my seat. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like the Reddit, you're very active on the Reddit, but a lot of people were saying like David Simpson was going to be too much for you. And I told him, look, Cody's got like heart. You're not going to stop Cody. And you said I'm going to keep coming forward. That's the one thing that everybody struggles with. David is they go backwards. You were going forward, and you ended up pulling the win out.
He made me go backwards a few times, but yeah, on my own free will, I went forward and I won. So.
It was crazy because like he would rush at you and pound on you, and then you were blocking everything. There was so many exchanges where you were clearly blocking everything. And did you know he was going to kind of like blow his wad and expend himself within the first round or two? And if you could just weather the storm, he was yours.
Yeah. I just I could continue to tell myself, focus, measure, focus, measure. I do measure really well with my lead hand, and I do lift my elbow high, which blocks a lot of punches. But walking into the fight, I dislocated my knee. You can see me when I'm doing the second sequence of the Hogan stomp, doing the Hogan stomp. You can see my knee go out, and I get real serious. I get mad. I looked like I was angry. I was so mad at myself. I was like, "You fucking idiot! Focus." So I dislocated my knee going into the ring, and it happens a lot because I had torn my ACL, had reconstructive surgery on my ACL, and I almost completely ripped my MCL off. And the doctor was supposed to surgically repair the MCL too. He never did. I woke up. He talked to me the next day on the phone, and he's like, "Yeah, we let your MCL go because it typically heals on its own." And I was like, "You fucking piece of shit. My MCL is not going to fucking heal on its own. It's almost fucking completely torn off, you fucking idiot." And so my MCL always goes off and on track. And then I don't have meniscus in my knee on that side, in that area. So there is a lot of basically your femur and your tibia is like this, and there's a meniscus typically in the middle, and you got all these ligaments that hold it together. My femur is more like so it goes in and out. That's why I wear knee braces. That's quite literally why I don't fight MMA. I'm a really good MMA fighter. Like I beat up a lot of really, really top good fighters. I'm not going to mention names, but guys that had UFC championships, guys that are UFC legends, I do really fucking well against them in MMA. It's just the wear and tear on the knees and the neck and the back is just so fucking painful. I'm walking around all day long in agony. But BKFC, man, my body always feels good. So to answer your question, short, abrupt, is I went in there with a hurting leg, and David Simpson, after I dropped him, I hit him with one more right hand. And my issue, when I hit him with that second right hand, I clocked him, but I stopped and I stared at my work. And you're never supposed to do that. So I hit him and I paused instead of going with a lead hook, finishing with a lead hook, put me right back in my position, right back in my fighting stance. I stopped and looked at him, and he cracked me the right uppercut. Simpson's first punch closed my left eye. I could not see out of my left eye that entire fight after that. So that's why my whole left side of my face is beat up, because I was fighting Simpson like this, guys.
A lesser fighter would have went to the corner and said, "I can't see," and the ref would have heard it, or the commission guy would have heard it, and they would have stopped the fight. Like, kudos to you to know, like, the last thing you want to say if you want to keep fighting is, "I can't see." And like, I mean, your face tells the tale. Like, clearly you could not see.
Yeah, I've been doing the cold plunge the past 2 days. My face was so swollen, it was out to here, but the cold plunge has brought it down. But as of last night, this left eye was closed.
How many stitches did you have to get?
90 plus. The inside of my mouth is filleted. So like the middle lip is here split. There's a hole through my lip here. In between here, it was almost a hole through my lip. My teeth were in like through my lips, bro. And then it goes, they had stitches from here all the way down into here. And then they got a bunch of holes in my face here, bunch of cuts over my eye. And then I got some stitches over here, I believe. Yeah. Oh, I got stitches in my forehead and I got stitches in my scalp. I got stitches all on my scalp.
All right. I mean, look, the fight was great, but let's talk about something really fun. It was your son's birthday the following day. Like you were beat up, but kudos to Victor. Like, what a great like present you gave him.
He was in the crowd, and I knew that no matter what happened, I was winning that fight. And I think that way of every fight now. I'm really releasing my soul, my spirit. And what I mean by that is my energy is just stronger than ever. And it is my destiny to win that championship. So my son being in the crowd was the perfect capitalization. It's the perfect reason to win. And it was in California. It was in front of a lot of people. My old boss is a billionaire. He put $100,000 on me.
Oh, wow.
So I won him a lot of money. And David Feldman says he's doubling my purse. So I'm having a lot of people recognize me now, but I'm still Cody Vidal. I'm still a respectful. I'm still a humble guy. I know I can talk, but I don't talk disrespectful to anybody.
Sure.
I do it for entertainment. I do it for fun. I really do care about everybody. I want everybody to have a good time while we're alive together, and that includes my opponents.
185 saw you with a crazy, like, amazing win at the end, 5th round. We also saw like probably one of the highlight reel knockouts. I mean, Josh Dyer was putting it all over Lorenzo, and Lorenzo, sleeps him right at the end of the round. Is that the collision course? Do we see Cody the Knucklemaniac Vidal against Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt soon?
The Knucklemaniac versus the Juggernaut is the only fight that makes sense at Knucklemania, unless you were to do Mike Perry versus the Juggernaut. I don't see any other fight. Maybe they try to get Alessio Sakara in there at Knucklemania for the 205-pound championship. Maybe they try to do that. No offense to Alessio Sakara. I know he's a gamer. I know that he's UFC, and I know that anybody can win. But I mean, there is no other personality in BKFC bigger than mine outside of Lorenzo. And I beg to differ that mine's bigger. The only reason why I say mine is bigger is because I have a lot less accomplished.
Sure.
And I have a lot more noise, a lot more energy that's being made. And that's no disrespect to Lorenzo. I love Lorenzo. Like, I literally, like, if you were to say, hey, Cody, you and Lorenzo are fighting now, I will go sit at a cafe with Lorenzo and talk about our fight. I'll buy him food. I'll give him handshakes. I'll give him hugs. That's how I am. Look, a real fucking fighter fears no one.
Sure.
And a real fighter that fears no one has no reason to get angry. And if he has no reason to get angry, he's got no reason to be cruel or aggressive.
Sure.
So, like, I didn't challenge Lorenzo to his face at all. But every time I saw him, I just walked up to him. I talked with him. Lorenzo told me, hey, man, I was watching your fight. I knew you were going to win. I just knew you were going to win. So real recognizes real, man. And Lorenzo, I confronted him in a friendly way. Like I said, when I say confronted, I mean walked up to. After the fight. And I said, remember me, Knucklemania 4? You told me you never quit. He goes, that's fucking right. Never quit, never quit. I'm like, how about me now? And he was like, I knew you were going to win. I knew you were going to win.
When we saw you when you fought in Philly, you were the gold and red Hulkamaniac, the Knucklemaniac. Now you got the Knuckle World Order. Like, I love the evolution, but like, can you talk to us about the Knuckle World Order?
It's interesting. So the Knuck World Order is what I created while I was just laying in this bed right here with my girlfriend at the time. And I had the idea, and she was like, that's a good idea, but like, I feel like you're not focused enough on your business and stuff like that. And I was just like, listen, woman, you don't know the NWO, girl. You don't know the power of professional wrestling. And she started telling me she used to watch professional wrestling. She's 29 years old. I'm 37. So she was talking about John Cena and whatnot. And I was like, John Cena is my cousin. There's a reason why we look alike. John Cena is actually my cousin, like 6-7 generations ago. But I'm like, John Cena has nothing on the NWO, brother.
Sure.
So I created the KWO the day that Mohawk was fighting Esteban. and her and I watched Esteban fight live. And it was wild, man. Esteban did me proud, man. I really, really liked that guy. And that's when the KWO was created. So I created it in my bed, kind of as like a fun way of um, of advertising fighters. So the KWO is for bare knuckle fighters, it's for BKFC fighters, and it's for people that embody bare knuckle. It's for people that want to get good exposure, people that want to, you know, improve their character and express themselves. If they want to be part of the Knuckle World Order, come on, brother, let's go.
I mean, is that going to be like, do you see it being like a management thing, or just like, like a group of the boys? Like, what do you see it evolving into?
I think more than management, I had this business plan for a long time, and it doesn't interfere with any of the promoters. I'm smart.
Okay.
I know these promoters are in with gang violence. I know that UFC is tied in with the mafia. I love Feldman. I know Feldman's roots, and I'm just gonna say that I'm not here to cross anyone's boundaries.
Sure.
I have a really good business plan, and it's to be able to provide fighters with the ability to be an athletic entrepreneur. So imagine you're a kid in high school and you want to play professional sports. There's no guarantee. But if you have a business like the business that I'm creating that is going to teach you financial literacy, that is going to cover your health insurance, that's going to cover life insurance, that's going to teach you how to sell real estate and give you a free real estate license. I have a company. I have the largest company, Keller Williams. Keller Williams is the largest real estate company in the nation, and they will give anybody a free license as long as you become licensed by Keller Williams.
Okay.
So the plan here is to have athletes join my program. It's not a union. It's a membership where you are going to get health insurance. You are going to get life insurance. And this is going to cover you outside of the fights. So while you're in the fights, you're covered by BKFC. Outside of the fights, you're covered by the life insurance, by the health insurance. You are going to become financially literate. You might start selling financial services. You might have a real estate agent's license. But also, I want to teach people how to become entrepreneurs, teach them how to brand themselves, teach them how to advertise themselves, teach them how to make content, teach them how to collect revenue, teach them how to basically have an online business like me. And then there's my favorite part is the mindset mastery, where I'm able to really teach people how to become the best versions of themselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. I think by now people should believe me. I come from the projects of Pennsylvania. I don't have my mom or my dad helping me at all. I came to California 11 years ago on a prayer. I had no credit. I had no financial backing. I was literally fucking homeless. I came to California one-way trip, played a show, hardcore show, singing a hardcore show in LA. And I was on a one-way trip to Los Angeles and I had no money. That's a true story. And 11 years later, here I am, the Knucklemaniac, and I'm the biggest star in BKFC aside from the great Lorenzo Hunt. I'll give that guy his credit all day long. And of course, Mike Perry, right?
Sure.
But I don't think there's a single person in the world like me. And I've made myself to be that way.
Sure.
Regardless of fame or attention, regardless of my ability to kill a man with my hands, I'm a child of God, brother. And I listen to my father and I obey my father. And, I like talking about this. This might veer off the path, but I don't watch corn. I say corn for a reason. I don't want kids to go Google this. I don't watch corn. I haven't watched it in, I think, like a year. I don't look at women. I don't fall to lust. I've become such a mature, strong, disciplined individual. I'm not addicted to drugs, nothing like that. People say I'm crazy and this and that. And it's just so sad because it's like I portray the actions of a crazy man, but I'm so much smarter and so much wiser than the average person. And like it's time that I really express that, because like my son will tell you that I'm crazy, I'm good crazy, but my son is the most well-behaved kid I've ever met in my entire life, and that's not me being biased. So, I forget what your question is. I went on a rant, but I just want people to know, like, I'm here. I don't remember what your question is. I'm here to help. Like,
Sure.
I'm not just here to win the championship. I'm here to glorify. I'm here to expand. I'm here to invite you, to ignite you, and excite you by inviting you into the world of BKFC, the world of bare knuckle. And what David Feldman has done for us, specifically me, by allowing me this platform, David Feldman has allowed me to breathe. He has allowed me to inhale and exhale purpose from passion, and that passion becomes that purpose becomes that power becomes prosperity, and that prosperity becomes peace of mind. So Feldman, just know, brother, that when I say you remind me of a father in the crowd yelling, throw, encouraging me, your voice has allowed me to win so many fights just hearing your voice alone. And I'm not doing that to get any extra pay. I'm not doing that to get any extra kudos. It is what it is, man. I really do appreciate you. I love you. And you have a fan in Cody Vidal. You have a fan from me for the rest of our lives.
So you watch the fight. They show Feldman and everybody else sitting ringside. Everybody was blown away. Like Feldman's mouth was open for longer than I've ever seen it.
That's, Lady Gaga says, I'm here for the applause. I mean, when you win the crowd, when you win your boss's favor, like, okay, Nate Shook is starting to wake up. He's starting to become a lot more happier, like a lot more.
Sure.
My expressions have allowed him to do that too. Like I see Nate, I get him to laugh, I get him to smile. But to see Nate Shook, David Feldman, and David Feldman Jr. with Gabriel Rapisarda in the background, jumping up and screaming. And I walk over with my bum knee and jump straight over those ropes without even touching it with my hand. And then them guys pointing at me and saying, I love your heart. Man. Like, if I was to die right there in front of my kid, I would have died a happy man.
Did you think he was going to get up, or did you know when you landed that monster shot, like, it's over?
At that point, brother, I decided, okay, I let him hang on for too long, and it's no disrespect to David Simpson at all.
Sure.
I possess a power, and I'm not even talking about a physical power. I possess a power given to me from God, and we all have it. It's just that I own it more than most people. I decided in that moment it was time to end the fight, and I did it. I just remember, okay, it's time. Like, Knucklemania is not a gimmick. Hulk Hogan used to do this, and I was a little kid, and I used to do it too.
Right?
And I used to feel that energy in my body. I used to feel that power in my body. It made me feel alive. And at the end of the fourth round, when David was killing me, the referee separated us for a second, and I looked at him, and I just got the craziness in my eyes, and I started shaking my fist. I was like, come on, let's go! And I walked up to him like this, and I hit him with a left hook, and I just felt his energy just die. And I peeled back, and I went left hook, rolled underneath his punch. I came back up, left hook, and I went straight up, and I just missed his chin with that short right hand. I would have knocked him out. But the round ended, and we came back out, and I gave him a hug, and I let him know, like, give him a hug. Thank you for this wonderful war, but it's ending now.
Right.
And I came out, and the fucking first punch I threw was the very first punch I said to my coach I should have threw the whole entire fight, was an overhand left. Everybody does the overhand right. Nobody does an overhand lead. And he does a switching, and I timed the switch. I was walking up, and as soon as he did that switch, I dropped down, and I went over the top, and I cracked him, and he went flying this way, and I could see him now because I couldn't see him here. I could see him now. I was like, aha, and I faked the left, and I gave him my all. And when I gave it, I hit him right in the chin, man. And when I saw him go down, I took a step back. I did my Hail
I saw
Mary
that.
here. Right when I got to 8, I heard Feldman yell. I looked over. I pointed to Feldman. I ran over, jumped over the ropes. I jumped over the ropes at 9 seconds. They didn't wear the fight off. I knew it was over.
Like I said, I had friends over, and we're all watching, and I'm like, come on, Cody, come. Listen, I try to be objective. I try not to root for somebody. I can't lie. I can't help but cheer for you. You know what I mean? Like, you're a guy, I consider us friends. and like I said, I like David. He's a great guy, but you're a guy that I consider a friend. I was absolutely pulling for you. Come on, Cody. Come on, Cody. And you clocked him. Everybody started cheering at my house. And I was like, fuck yes, let's go. You know, and then when it was over, I was so relieved and I was so excited for you.
Man, I fought so hard in my life to get people to like me. And it's a gift and a curse when you're a good fighter. People always want to give you praise when you're winning.
Sure.
Nobody wants to hear people complain. I get it. It's negative energy. It's cringe. You know, and no one wants to hear someone say, "Oh, you're suicidal." Oh, that's. And I'm not. I used to be, but I'm just accepting who I am, and I'm realizing who I am, brother. I'm the people's champ, and I feel like I earned that. I know I earned that, and I feel like everyone in this world can relate to me in one way or the other. And I know everybody wants to be there. I know everybody wants to have their hand raised. I know everyone wants to know what it's like to feel that important, that feel that powerful, to feel that safe within yourself. And that's what it is, man. Everybody wants salvation. Everybody wants to feel safe. And when I'm in that ring, no matter who I'm fighting, I feel safe within my body. David beat me up. It hurt. You know, there's a little voice in my head saying, quit. It's okay, man. You made it this far. Your face is wrecked. It's okay. Make an excuse. Tell them your leg hurt. Tell them your leg's injured. You know, tell them your heart's broken. You know, you could walk away here, and I just other voice in my head is just like, no, you're here to win, 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 and I think that's why I'm the people's champ, because winning is what's important now. And the word now spelled backwards is one. And I'm here to teach people the truth, man. I'm here to be a vessel. I'm a martyr. And I would gladly die in that ring. I would gladly die. And people say, oh, your son, like, you'd be sad. My son is so excited to see his dad go out there and fight. My son is so excited to see his dad go out there and face death and walk away with a smile, you know? And my son is my best friend. And my son's the reason why I'm alive. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for him because all I wanted to give my son was a good, happy family. When his mom and I divorced years ago, I felt so broken because I said that would never be me. Because the generational curse continues in these families, brother. Like, my mom's dad, his dad died in the coal mines when he was 3, and he was the 10th of 11 children. So he never knew his dad. And then he ran away from home when he was 14 because he had an abusive stepfather. He went in the military, got kicked out for being an alcoholic in the military. And then he had 3 kids, my uncle, my mom, and my aunt. And then I'm not going to get into my grandfather's story, but my grandfather was murdered and he died in my arms. And he raised me. And he died November 7th. And so November is a really hard month for me. And my son was born in November. His sister was born in November. I met my ex-wife in November. My ex-wife and I were married November 1st. Like, November is a bittersweet month. And the day of our fight, it was raining. And I walked outside, and November Rain was my favorite song. And I said, nothing lasts forever, even cold November rain. And I knew I was going to make a nice, sweet moment on November 15th in Palm Desert at the Acrisure Arena for BKFC 84. And I did exactly that. And I tell you what, man, I'm all over the place right now. And I just got to tell you, I'm extremely grateful for every fan. I'm extremely grateful for David Simpson. I walked into that tent and I fell on him and I was crying my eyes out. And I was telling him I'm sorry because I know how much he wanted to win.
Sure.
And I don't care who tells you it feels good beating another man. It does, but it does not feel good hurting somebody else when you know that they want exactly what you want. It's like you're hungry and you can share, but instead you eat it all in front of the other person. You watch them die of starvation. There's nothing good about that. You know, that's the gift and the curse of being a winner. Is one man wins, one man loses. And he stood up at 10. I told him, you're not a loser, bro. You stood up at 10. You got counted out, but you stood up. And you're part of one of the greatest fights, if not the greatest BKFC fight there ever was.
Absolutely. We don't have to get into it, but people will never know all the bad stuff that you had. I mean, you talked about the leg injury, and you had a lot of bad stuff going into this fight. You could have easily said, like, look, like I'm gonna pass, or like, again, some bad stuff came up, but you chose to struggle through it, and you came out with a supreme victory. And again, I'm so like happy I got to witness it, and thank you for an awesome.
Yeah, I'm very open, man. I mean, I first and foremost, thank you very much. But like, I'm a lover first and foremost. I'm a lover before I'm a fighter, and all I ever wanted was a wife, a female best friend, somebody I could trust, somebody I could be friends with, somebody that I'm loyal to. They're loyal to me, and life for that. Like, I'm 37 years old. It's been such a struggle, and I just like every time a woman betrays me, deceives me, it's just like, what am I doing wrong? But then I stopped asking myself, like, what am I doing wrong? Because I know what I'm not doing right, and I know what I'm doing wrong at. Like, I know how I could be better, and I
Sure.
take constructive criticism. I'm coachable, and I always admit when I'm wrong. I always do. But I just, in my experience, females don't like to admit when they're wrong. Like the females I'm with, they just don't like to admit when I'm wrong, and maybe it's just a lesson that I have to learn. But I realize that my main mission is winning this championship, is becoming the best helper, healer I could be as a therapist, as a mentor. I want to help children all across the globe have safety and have a good godly life. I want to become a pastor one day, and I just want to make sure that my son is getting the attention he deserves from me and from the rest of our family. And that's my main mission. But I realized something about me and my mom. So my mom had four children from five children from four different men. She says, God bless her. She says five children from three different men, but one of my siblings we know wasn't from a guy named
Okay.
Joe. And uh my when I was born, my dad was 18, my mom was 20.
Okay.
And sorry, it's fucking hot in here.
No, you're good.
And by the way, I'm 180 pounds right now. 180.
It was a true David versus Goliath. I mean, David Simpson, but it was a true David versus Goliath, situation. Like like, and you love that. You love being the smaller guy fighting those giants.
I'm the giant slayer.
You are.
So going back to my birth, I was born September 27th, 1988 in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. My dad walked in. He was a teenager. My grandfather said he looked at me, saw my dark hair. My dad has blonde hair, said, that's not my kid. And my dad, according to my grandfather, my mom's dad, my dad said, that's Vidal's kid, and pointed to my grandfather, insinuating that my grandfather raped my mom.
No.
So I was told at a young age that my actual father claimed that my mother's dad raped her and had me. What do you think that does to a kid's head?
Yeah, that's not good.
So, my mom received a letter from my dad after my dad abandoned me in the nursery. I went from William Christopher Landry II, William Christopher Landry II, that was going to be my name, to Cody Matthew Vidal. So random. And my mom got out of the hospital 3 days later, so did I. And my mom had a letter from my dad saying, hey, don't go to college, because my mom had a full ride for softball and basketball. My mom was a very good athlete. Okay. My mom also had a full ride academically. She was book smart. She was number one in softball and number one in basketball. And my grandfather was her coach.
Okay.
My mom didn't go to Bloomsburg University. She didn't go to college. Instead, she stayed home to be with my dad. My mom gets out of the hospital. She walks over to my dad's apartment that he just got, finds him balls deep in his second baby mama. Instantly, my mom fucking lost it. So, like,
Sure.
my mom gave up her life to basically have me. And my mom had a lot of resentment towards me. I know she didn't intend it, but like my mom used to tell me she hated me, that I ruined her life. And I'll never forget that because I was a little kid hearing that.
Right.
But yeah, that fighter you see in the ring, the abuse I take in the ring is nothing compared to the emotional or mental or spiritual pain I've endured my whole life. And that's what makes me as strong as I am. And I tell you what, man, like my mom, um, my mom didn't get to live her life. My mom didn't get to fulfill her identity as an athlete, and I know that made her really, really depressed. And when I tore my knee in the state championship, I was the number one defensive lineman in the entire state of Pennsylvania. A lineman. I was the number one defensive lineman at 5'9", 180 pounds. Think about that.
Right.
Think I'm a good fighter? Look, watch me play fucking football on defensive lineman. Nobody could fucking touch me. And with all that said, brother, I wasn't able to fulfill my football dreams in college and NFL because of the knee injury that I had. So then I went to MMA. I won an MMA amateur championship. I had a broken back. I had a broken wrist, pinched nerve, torn knee, no ACL. And then got some surgeries, went to BKFC, and here I am. And I realized, man, like my mom continuously tried to secure true love without truly loving herself by being who she really was. My mom was an athlete. And so it's like,
Sure.
I'm 37 years old and I never quit on my athletic dreams. Here I am, I'm living them. And it's just like, okay. Once I secure the championship, once I have that contract with BKFC, once my business is popping, once my investments pay off, I'm going to have all the wealth I could ever ask for. I'm going to have all the accolades and accomplishments I could have ever asked for. And I'm a good guy. What woman wouldn't feel safe or wouldn't desire me at that point in time? So it's like,
right.
The only thing I'm lacking right now probably is that. So, I don't blame a woman for coming into my life and then saying, you know what, maybe he's not for me right now. But like, it's just really painful for me to relive that over and over and over again. But it's just me doing it to myself.
I will say though, at least, like I said, I love the relationship you have here with your son. I love that you're a good role model for your son. And I feel like your son, I mean, even if you aren't in a relationship, at least it gives you an opportunity to spend more time with your son. And like I said, you're a phenomenal dad. I love all the stuff that I see you post with your kids. So keep that up at least.
Thank you. Yeah. My son has a great life. He's going to get another birthday cake when he gets off school. An amusement park tomorrow with his family. And I'd go, but my face is all messed up. I don't want to scare our little kids. Halloween was last month.
Right.
But yeah, man, my son's just a great person. He's the best person I know. He gives me hope in humanity.
For sure. Okay. Feldman had nothing but great things to say about you, like on the Brian Sosha show, like after, he said he was going to double your pay. Like I honestly thought you had the fight of the night. He gave that to Stuve and those guys, but he gave you what it was like the Balls performance for the new sponsor, the Ball Boys or whatever. Yeah, I mean, like I said, nothing but great things to say about you. Did you ask about a title shot yet?
Let me see if there's a response. I looked at Nate Shook when I was in the ring and I did this and he nodded at me.
Yeah.
I've mentioned it to Feldman. It looks like Feldman has a couple of names in the hat already for
Juggernaut.
For Juggernaut, but I know the way God works for me.
Sure.
God favors me, so I could see it being me. I always believe. So we'll see. But for me, it's just the championship or nothing. Like sure. I proved myself. To me, I'm 5-0. The first fight I was winning. I got a cut.
Yep.
The fight against Brandon Conley, I love Brandon Conley. We were just talking not long ago.
Did you guys patch that up? Because I know you
Yeah,
guys had.
He messaged me, and he messaged me, and I was like, dude, obviously I'm going to be sour over that. Obviously I'm going to be bitter over that, but
Sure,
like, I definitely won that fight, and
I think
like,
so.
to me, I'm 5-0, and I just get better and better, and I fight harder and harder competition, and like, Juggernaut is the final boss. Juggernaut is my favorite BKFC fighter. I don't just like him as a fighter. I like him as a person. I don't think
Absolutely.
he's perfect. I don't think that he's like the best person in the world, but I think he's a funny guy. I think he's a happy guy. And I think he's very charismatic. And I love to be in his presence. When I'm in his presence, I know I'm in the presence of greatness. And I'm magnetic to all that. And that's the most dangerous aspect of me is I'm a sponge. I absorb. So if you're great and you allow me around you, you're only filling my cup.
What's the goal for you? You just had this monster fight. I mean, I know Knucklemania is coming up in February. Like, is that the goal? Or are you wanting, like, I mean, is it you will wait till you get a shot at the Juggernaut? Like, what
How
we
can
see?
you now have the Knucklemaniac and not have the Knucklemaniac on Knucklemania fighting for the championship? I mean, you got to think, like, you're either going to go all in or you're going to go all out. Like, think about that.
I agree.
Think about that. Mike Perry just beat up a 155er. No offense at all to Lil Heathen. He's a fucking monster. And no
For
offense
sure.
to Mike Perry. Mike Perry should have fought Mundell a long time ago, even though Mike Perry beat Mundell 2 times. Mundell has made his title reign in
Sure.
BKFC. He's proven himself. Okay? So it's just like, it should be Mike Perry, Mundell, 175-pound championship, Knucklemania, Juggernaut, Knucklemaniac, 185-pound championship as the main event. That's what it should be. You know what? And why not? Like, you know, what's his name? Anthony. Let me see here. Um, let me see his name.
The Warrior
Forget
Christ guy? Or
what?
like
No, I'm
the
gonna pull it
Anthony,
right
the.
here.
Okay.
Ben Rothwell is the heavyweight champion. Why not have the
Yeah.
heavyweight championship on Knucklemania, right?
I agree.
Why not do that? And why not have Ben Rothwell fight against right here? This guy's fucking name. Anthony Garrett.
Yeah. That's who I was
Anthony
thinking
Garrett's 4-0, 4 knockouts. Him and Ben Rothwell will be a fucking amazing fight. And Anthony Garrett doesn't have an opponent right now. His opponent pulled out. So,
well, I know they just announced the Australia thing. They talked about putting Ben down there. I don't know if that's still a thing to have Ben do that super heavyweight fight down there against that strong man or not. So,
well, put it this way. Mike Perry, Mundell, 175-pound championship at Knucklemania. Cody, the Knucklemaniac Vidal versus Lorenzo, the Juggernaut Hunt for the 185-pound championship Knucklemania. That makes absolute sense. Absolute sense.
I'm a guy. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go on.
I was going to say, I'm a guy that I think Knucklemania needs to be almost exclusively championships. It needs to be super fights. Listen, I realize we're going to see Johnny Garb and we're going to see Pat Sullivan, some of the Philly guys, but Knucklemania is the best of the best. It needs to be the best people fighting the best. You know what I mean? Like, so I would love to see it be more title fights and more like, super fights. And
Oh, for sure. For sure. So, I mean, and look, man, doing it in Philadelphia, I grew up an hour and a half away.
Sure.
Now that it will be for the championship, you can expect everybody from Schuylkill County, everybody from Berks County, everybody from fucking Bucks County, everybody from Dauphin County, all the counties around there, you can expect them to pour in. There's going to be thousands of people coming to watch me fight. Thousands.
What will it take? I mean, Feldman, it sounds like Feldman's already got the card planned out because he was saying something about like releasing like a fight a week or something like that. But it sounds like it's already planned out. But what's it going to take to get you versus Juggernaut on Knucklemania?
So, give me the fucking contract.
No, I know, but I wasn't sure if it was like, I need my fans to like, do whatever. Like if it's one of those, like I wasn't sure if there's anything we could do to help, like make.
Oh yeah, supply and demand, supply and demand, supply and demand. Hey, if you make the demand, he's gonna make the supply.
For sure.
So whatever we got to do, I'm gonna go on the website here and make those KWO shirts and start selling them. And every sale, maybe I'll have every time somebody buys a shirt, maybe it'll send Dave Feldman an email.
No, I mean, like I said, we got, like I said, you are the people's champ. Like I said, people doubted you, and everything you do every time, like you prove the doubters wrong. And like I said, like those doubters become fans, and hopefully you just keep seeing you succeed.
Yeah, well, it's not hopefully, it's certainly. I certainly will continue to succeed. And Feldman was on the Bare Knuckle show today saying, "Is like Cody Vidal's a great guy. He's really a good guy. He really cares about everybody. He prays with everybody. I just want to see him move his head more. That he's going to have a short career." But then Brian Socha was like, "Hey, did you know that he blew his knee like walking in the ring?" And Dave was like, "What?" He's like, "That's crazy. That's even more phenomenal that he was able to win with a blown knee." Bro, blown knee. You forgot the fact that my eye was closed after the first punch. And again, right. I went in there with a damaged heart. I was hurting, dude. I was hurting pretty bad, like pretty fucking bad. So
I have no more questions for you. Do you have any message, anything you want to get out there before we wrap it up, sir?
Just Lorenzo Hunt, thank you very much for what you've done for this sport. Thank you very much for all the encouragement that you've given me, all the good energy. Lorenzo Hunt, thank you very much for the amazing performance you just did. It would be an honor to fight you. It would be an honor to beat you. I know you don't like hearing that. Who the fuck does? With that said, at some point, you got to pass the torch on. I'm 37 years old. I'm not getting any younger. I know that your team wants me to come there and train with you in Puerto Rico. But I want that championship, and it's nothing personal at all. I love you, brother. That's it. And then when it comes to David Feldman, thank you so much. You know how I feel about you. Dave Feldman Jr., thank you very much for all that you do. Nate Shook, thank you for giving me a home with these matches that you provide. Gabriel Rapisarda, thank you very much for being my manager. Thank you very much for believing in me when no one else did. And my son, Victor Weiss and Vidal, thank you so much for being my son, being from my best friend. Tyler Smith, my coach, my training partner, my best friend. And thank you, Classic Fight Team. Thank you, UFC Gym Huntington Beach. Thank you, A1 Boxing in Huntington Beach. Thank you to Reddit, BKFC, Jason McDonald. Thank you to Throwing Hands, to Knuckles to Knives, to Combat Loop, to Cage Side. Thank you to Op Podcast. Thank you to Mike and Mish. Thank you to Brian Socha and the Bare Knuckle Show. Thank you to
Russ of the Extreme.
Yeah, Russ of the Extreme. Thank you to everybody. Seriously, this is a dream. And I always say satisfaction is the death of desire. So I'm never satisfied, because once you're satisfied, you're dead.
Sure.
But I'm not one to sit there and feed off of the victory. The victory was Saturday. Right now, I'm hungry.
You're in the gym already, I'm sure.
I'm hungry. I want to win again. As long as I'm alive, I want to win, and I will win. I am winning. And so, Dave, give me the championship. There is nobody in this business that is going to promote BKFC better than me. There is nobody in this business who's going to represent BKFC better than me. There is nobody in this business with a heart like mine to represent the championship of BKFC. That is a fact. You know it. You screaming, "Ah! Ah! Ah!" Proves it. You telling me, "I love your fucking heart, man." Proves it.
Sure.
And like I always say, and that's the bottom line, because the Knucklemaniac said so. What you gonna do, brother, when the Knucklemaniac wears the gold strap and struts all over you?
Listen, like I said, I can't wait for those. I can't wait for the shirts and stuff. Like I said, I love what you're doing. Keep doing it. Like I said, I enjoy being part of the ride. I enjoy you tagging me and all this stuff. Like I said, keep doing what you're doing. It's phenomenal.
God bless you, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Have a great night. Thank you.